hands and gravity to manipulate the resin that's on top right now to see if that does anything different. It does not. Matter of fact, I regret doing that because now I've got, I don't know if you can see, but I've got resin on top here. That's fine. I'm just going to use my alcohol wipe and get off the top there. But yeah, I'm going to just continue to use my brush. My brush was better. So yes. And because the inside of the mold is really smooth, I think that's part of what it is too, is that it's like super smooth. So it's like trying to pull up and stay together. Like in the middle. And the resin's so thick. It's like trial and error, y'all. Trial and error. I'm hoping to not make too many errors though. So I'm trying to, I know I've already measured out where the card sits. So I'm trying at the very least to just make sure that where the face of the card will be is what's really covered real good. Because once I get the card, down and covered, that's it until the end. I'm not going to be able to do anything about the surface of the card until the end of the project. Once I demold it. And I want to demold it and be like, look how pretty. Not demold it and be like, oh, snap. Okay, well, I'm going to have to wait another 24 hours because I need to do another layer. I already know these are going to take about 2 to 3 days to make. Just for the drying process. But, yeah. Alright, I'm looking. It looks pretty good. I don't have any bubbles. So before it... and you put the card face down. But before it decides to be a butt anymore and pulls up anymore. Because like I said, I already know I'm going to be pouring on top. This is literally just a little bit. I'm going to actually take my brush to kind of make sure that the resin is covering the card and kind of getting around those edges too. Because I don't want, like I said, any glitter to bleed onto the front of my card. The only thing I want on the front of my card is clear resin. Because I don't want anything to obstruct that beautiful picture that's on there. So I'm just trying to use the paintbrush to put weight down on the card to smush out any resin that's underneath it. On the outside, the front of the card is, like I said, the backs of the cards are matte, but the front of the cards are really smooth, like the mold. So as long as I'm putting pressure, like pushing out any bubbles that might be in there, the card's gonna move now, which is fine. I'm not concerned about it moving now. As long as it stays flat, as long as it doesn't lift up, you know what I mean? But I'm fine with it moving because I will put it in its quote-unquote final position when I sit it out to dry. Sorry, my nose got clogged up for a second. And I'm hoping, yeah, good. I'm hoping my hands haven't been like too far in the way and you've been able to like see what I'm doing. Now I'm just adding what little bit of resin that I had left around the edges, because that's, like I said, it's something I really want to make sure that my edges are closed up, so I don't get any glitter in front of the card. Like, with the mixture that I'm going to be using for this when it's all said and done, I don't know how opaque it's going to be. Like I said, I did some testers with some glitter and some, I don't know if I told y'all, but I did some testers with some glitter and some flex so I could kind of see how it was going to operate. Please always make sure you're working with a flat surface. I want to make sure all of this is in view. Okay, yes. So I'm just really making sure that the resin underneath the card is flat, covers the whole card, and is pretty much doing what I want it to do, which is protecting this card with its essence. I was going to say with its life, but is resin really alive? I don't know. I'm going to go with no. But yeah, now I'm just like coating the back. Like I said, this is self-leveling. I'm just making sure my card's lined up. I probably could have made 20 milliliters and I would have done more of what I wanted it to do, but I had more than enough for the point of what I was doing. So yeah, I just want to make sure that's lined up pretty good. Same distance, top and bottom. Yeah. So hopefully this is super great. This is probably going to be a 2-part at least video. This one's just going to be this and telling you what I'm doing or whatever. Like, I know this took forever. And I'm still working on editing. I haven't gotten much better at it, guys. I'm sorry. So this is, ooh, bless me. I sneezed. This is gonna be a long video, but like I said, I'm gonna do a timestamp, and it'll be the last 20 minutes of this hour-long video. Maybe I'll learn how to speed some stuff up or cut some stuff out. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I don't have any bubbles, so I don't need to spray any alcohol. It looks pretty even. One way that I've seen people kind of, oh, you can't see my candy. I've seen people kind of do this is like they'll take a flashlight, because I'm using a ring light, it's a little harder. I don't know if that helps y'all at all. No, it doesn't, but it helps me. Just to make sure that it's smooth, and I don't have any bubbles on top of the card either, because I don't want any air to be trapped. But I think I'm good, and then once I come back and pour, I saw a spot where to go. There it is. It looked like it didn't have any resin on it. There we go. But yeah, so I'll let this sit. I'll be finishing this today. I'll let this sit for a couple hours, probably until nap time, which is going to be around 1 or 2, so 2 or 3 hours, and it should be good and in its place and everything, and then I will mix up the glitter and everything else, and at that point, I'm a perfectionist, guys, sorry, but at that point, I should be good to go, because my edges are sealed and nothing will be able to get underneath them to bleed. This resin is really thick and my card is trying to float. That's the only problem I'm running into right now, is my card is light and the resin is heavy, so it's floating. But floating is okay, because that means that there's a good amount of resin underneath, So no matter what you put in this trinket tray, it should not even touch or affect the card. So even if all I really accomplished by doing this was encapsulating the tarot card in itself in resin, that's fine with me. Because, like I said, that means that my card is protected and won't get ruined. So, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty... Oh, it's not quite even. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I hope this, works out the way I want it to. And if you want to know if it worked out the way I wanted it to, come back for part 2, where I pour and actually fill up the mold, which will be fun, and then reveal. I think I'll do a part 3, like where I'll, like, this was the intro and a little how y'all doing or whatever, and then I know y'all nosy, so I'm gonna be telling all y'all business, telling y'all all of my business, in a video after this, kind of catching y'all up, and then I'll post a part. I'll do the part 2 of the actual pouring, and then the reveal in part 3, and we'll talk about it. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No. This has been Just Jai. I hope you have enjoyed me running my mouth for almost an hour and spending only actually about 20 minutes doing this part, because that's about all it takes really quick. And then I'll see y'all next time. Bye.